Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly, presented by Catfish Clothing, along with the Dr. Tim Lang and Cindy. I'm Lyle Stokes, and welcome to the show. Doc, we got a bunch of stuff to go over tonight, and you're fresh in from Wheeler Lake in Alabama.
Yeah, and freshly burnt too.
Are you fried to a crisp?
No, but it's first sun I've gotten all year. here in Ohio, we left Ohio and it was like 57 degrees, and we get down there and it's like 72. But then it got cool after a couple of days. We got rained on, and it really chilled it down.
I seen some video of some guys that was down there the middle part of the week, and it looked like a monsoon down there.
Yeah, it was laying it down.
Some of them videos was unbelievable, a whole lot worse than anything I would have wanted to been in. But when you only got so much time to pre-fish, you got to do what you got to do. And it just looked like it was pretty tough sledding down there. But there was some giant fish caught all week, and it looked like everybody pretty much had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. I didn't catch a fish I wanted to catch, but hey, I spent my 65th birthday with the love of my life. And we were on water, and we met a lot of people, got to see old friends, met a bunch of new people, got to see a lot of the people that are in chat here. One of the guys, Jerry Ishcomer, and actually he did pretty good. I think he came in 5th.
Yeah, he had a great one.
Yeah, and met his son, Noah. And then we met a couple out of Tennessee, and they live down near Memphis. Their names are Andy and Tina Gratham. And I think they're listening tonight because I told them I'd give them a shout out. They didn't even know anything about Catfish Weekly. Lynn and I spent most of the week with them talking and stuff like that. Great couple. They bought a Sea Ark. And they bought a Sea Ark mainly to crappie fish. He liked the way the seat could be put on the front. And then they went to the dark side and started catfishing. And got hooked. So their boat name is called Crappie Cat. So and he was a blast. I helped him out. He needed some bait. I gave him a bunch of shad, and we just had a good time with him. Seeing a lot of people. Got to meet the guy, the Real Rat, Real Repair. Met him. Got to meet him down there. And then there were so many other people, and everybody kept coming up to me and saying hi. So it was nice. I really enjoyed myself.
Well, I'm glad that you and Lynn had a wonderful time down there. And, hey, that's the reason that we do it. Thank you, Northwoods Angling. We appreciate it so much. Roger Gerloff, even the best plans in the world, sometimes, Doc, they fall through. And yesterday, Roger and I had quite the conversation. We was testing everything out to make sure that it all worked okay. And he's having a little problems, but it looks like he just made it. Hey, Roger, how's it going?
Going good.
I was just saying, you guys.
Working.
Yeah, well, yesterday might have been the most trouble-free test that I've ever done with anybody, ever. I sent you the link. You popped up, and we had quite the conversation, and we had determined that it couldn't be that hard because Marty was able to do it.
Exactly.
But we had a great time with Marty and Savannah here a while back, and I knew that if the computer stuff worked all right, you'd be good. And we had a wonderful time yesterday. I was watching the stock car races, and we visited about fishing and doing the show and stuff, and everything went good. And then tonight, when you tried to jump on, it just didn't work out that way. But it looks like you got it figured out.
Yeah. As long as it stays that way.
What's that?
I said, as long as it stays that way, it stays connected, we're good.
I done a test with Bradley Young this afternoon, and he also connected real easy, but he was in and out a little bit, and he figured out that he had to hold still. He was using a tablet or something. Of course, I don't know anything about tablets, and him being a younger guy, he knows all about that stuff. But we're going to make that work, and you know, I'm so glad that you come on here, Roger. You guys have been tearing it up for several years in the mid-United States and Missouri River and Lake Ozark, and you fish Tawakoni all the time, and you and Marty have had really good finishes down there, and you guys go out and do a lot of fun fishing.
Yeah, we do. We travel all over the country, and I just enjoy fishing new areas in different lakes and conditions, and it's a blast.
It is, and I noticed you've been fishing quite a bit here lately with your son Logan.
Yes. Yeah, me and Logan, we fish a few a year when Marty can't, because with all the farming and stuff that he does. So Logan and my other son Austin, sometimes he gets involved, and we get out and fish some tournaments. And me and Logan's been fishing tournaments. Me and the boys, period's been fishing tournaments from when I first started getting serious in the tournaments back in 06, 07. And we did really well back then when we got started. And so,
yeah.
And he lives on the Lake Ozark, so Logan loves to be on the water all the time.
That's awesome, and I was glad to see you and the boys fish together. There's sure a lot worse things kids can do than catfishing.
Well, that's for sure.
Yep, Logan's a pretty good fisherman.
Yeah, he loves to be on the water.
Well, right there, you've got it sewed up, because if he wants to do it, it makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I need somebody to go, I can give him a call, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, I'll bet that's right. That's awesome. You know, we fished in tournaments with our kids, and I guess Heather's the only one that hasn't actually fished tournaments with us, but we'll try to make that happen with her one of these days. With her work schedule kind of plays a part in what she's able to do or not. But like I've said before, if they've got a job, you need to make sure you take care of that. And you know, she's doing that, so that's really great. But we're looking forward to seeing all you guys down at the Lake of the Ozarks here in a couple of weeks. That ought to be a great time. Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be fun. We'll have a good time, and I know Doc's coming over, so him and Lynn is going to come over here. And are you bringing Daniel with you?
Yep, we're bringing Daniel.
So that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll get to see a lot of people, and everybody's going to catch some fish. It's Marty or Roger. It's kind of hard to go to the Lake Ozark and not catch fish, isn't it?
Oh yes, you definitely will catch fish. That's one. There's plenty of catfish in it. It's a lot of fun. This catfish is a struggle to find, but the numbers are there.
They definitely are. You'll catch plenty of them, and they all won't be overs, and there'll be a lot of them in the slot, and there'll be tons of unders, but you're going to catch plenty of fish. You just have to weed through the small ones to get your overs, and you'll be gold.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's, you know, Roger, we was up there the other day, and I think I told you this yesterday, but normally you can go up there and a couple of throws have all the bait you want, and we struggled with bait the other day. I don't know what the deal was. I think we was there late in the morning. If we'd have been there earlier, I think it would have been a lot easier for us. But we ended up, we had a couple of suckers and some bluegill, and then we ended up getting some shad later. But it doesn't really, I mean, I think the shad works better, but I'm not too sure you can't catch fish at the lake on anything.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I do like fresh shad, and it can be real tough at the lake. I mean, as soon as you think you got it figured out, they move. And it can be real tough. You know, some days you go down there and there'll be schools as big as a house, and one throw and you can't get your net in, and go back to the same spot 2 or 3 hours later and they're gone.
Yeah. Now, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, and I know you have an opinion on this, but where do you think they go?
Well, there's so many docks down there, and a lot of times they go into the docks, underneath the docks, or they scatter out. I mean, I don't know. I wish I could figure it out, but it seemed like to me they go under the docks because I mean you go back 2 hours later and they're out there in the middle or they go really shallow. That's what sometimes, and I got a bigger boat that you can't actually get shallow enough because sometimes they'll be in a foot of water.
Yeah, I know the other day when we was up there, we come in, it was later in the day. In fact, it was evening. We was out really late for us, and they was flipping all around the cove where the boat ramp was at, and we was all over that thing before, and you couldn't get to them. But like I say, where they was flipping, as you was saying, we couldn't get up in there where they was at. You'd been better off to have crawled out of the boat, walked around, and throw the net from the bank because the lake is drawn down. But I was telling Doc, and maybe you can have some input on this. I was telling Doc this afternoon that the lake is so low right now, which I don't know that I've ever seen it quite this low. I know they draw it down every winter, but between now and the time for our tournament, they got to be putting water in that lake.
Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to be. And we're supposed to be getting some rainstorms in, so that'll help bring it up a little bit. And then, but they expect, a lot of rain in the spring, so they do run it really low. So,
yep.
And the pleasure boats will be starting to run too, so they want to get a little bit of water in it. But it is kind of dangerous. There's a lot of ramps you can't get in because it is too low.
Yep.
And, you just got to watch that. Pick your ramps to go to. That's for sure.
Yeah, we trimmed up way up just to get the boat launched, and then backed the boat in till it floated off the trailer.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any problems. But like I say, in a couple of weeks, that should change.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I think it's going to change is them guys with them $1 million houses and $250,000 boats. They got them boats setting up on lifts in their docks, and there ain't no water around them, and they're not going to tolerate that for so long.
No, they'll definitely want some water on them.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, Doc, have you got any questions for Roger tonight?
You fish on Lake of the Ozarks?
Yes, I do a lot of fishing.
All right, because I'm going to be there next.
Missouri River. I grew up on the Missouri River, so all my life. So I fished it with my dad and my uncles and stuff. So we ran trout lines as a kid and stuff like that, and rod and reel fished a lot. And so the river is my number one, but we do fish a lot more at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, you're about like me. River is my number one passion, but now that I'm getting in retirement age, I'm starting to transgress to the lakes.
Yeah,
because they're close by.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about the sandbars so much sticking out or the dikes.
Yeah.
Just the big boats you got to try to get away from.
Right. I know this isn't fishing related, but I like the mounts that are behind you. Those look nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we do like deer hunting, so we do.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of thinking that's the only thing that'll keep them boys off the river, Doc, is when they're deer hunting.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Glenn from RigRap wants to know, how come there are no catfish mounts on the wall?
Well, I'm waiting for that 100-pounder plus. And I'm
There
going to
you
get a
go.
replica made, so that's what we're going. I'm just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming.
Yeah, we had a nice one last week down for the Sea Arc tournament. Travis Hunter invited me down because I didn't have a Sea Arc to fish with him on that, and I did catch an 83 while we were down there in the Wheeler, and that's a lot of fun.
Great fish. That's a great fish.
Yeah, we had some nice weather. Bait was fairly plentiful too.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of surprised. I got tons of shad. I didn't get as many skipjack, but I did get plenty of shad.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, Cindy's back here clicking the wheel. That means one thing. It's time to spin the old RigRap prize wheel.
I got to move my light so I can see my clock.
Roger, if you pick me out a number between 1 and 5, we're going to spin randomize things and see who gets a chance to spin on the RigRap prize wheel.
Number 3.
3 it is. 1. Well, come on now. 2. And 3. And the winner is Blanca Hurt, Blanca Hurt, H-U-R-T. H-U-R-T. And let's just
Don't you touch it.
don't. Oh, that's your job.
That's
I'm sorry.
right.
I knew that. Offshore tackle. Blanca, if you will contact us, give us your contact information after the show. Send me your shipping address. We have your offshore tackle prize right here, and we'll get it shipped out to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly and playing the RigRap prize wheel game.
PD Fishing want to know how often, since you got the new site, when they sign up there, how often will they have to sign up again?
As of right now, it's going to have to be every week because we are working on a bunch of stuff. This is a brand new site. It just got put up, and we're still working the bugs out of a few things. So you're going to have to sign up every week, and we're trying to make some adjustments on that. But bear with us. That website was a major deal. I had some really, really good help with it already. It never looked like it does. I promise you. We had some really good help, and I don't know how everybody else likes it, but I think it's a knockout. And I'm pretty sure we got the only spinning wheel on a website that I'm aware of.
That's who does new boat. Dave Swearingen.
Dave Swearingen wants to know about your new boat, Roger.
Yeah, I like it. It's a Crestliner Authority 2250. It's a bigger deep V boat. It's a smooth ride because I'm getting older, and I like a little smoother ride on the lakes and stuff because we've been fishing a lot more lakes on the in Texas and everywhere in Lake the Ozarks mainly, and then it works really great. It's a bigger boat, but I don't use it just for catfishing. We do a lot of pleasure running too on weekends. My wife doesn't like to catfish too much, but she does love to be on the river and the lakes, so we do that quite often. And and I had to put some smooth move seats in it, so the hydraulic seats, so that really cushions my back because I have some lower back issues, and so it's a great boat.
I do understand about the back issues, and I know Doc has an issue once in a while. I would like to take a ride in that baby and test out the seats.
Yeah.
I am extremely interested in them. You and I talked about that a little bit yesterday, and anything to keep me from taking pain pills or getting any more shots in the back than I'm already getting, I'm all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're not terrible, but if you don't have to do it, why would you?
Exactly.
Right.
And I try to make it easy as possible for fishing for me, since I am getting a little bit older. But full windshield is almost a must for me too now. So
Right.
with the weather, rain and stuff, in a full enclosure, that helps too, because we do fish now all year round. It used to just be a summer thing, but now we fish in the wintertime just as much as we do in summer.
That's right. Doc, he doesn't even know what the word older means, does he?
Let's not go there.
By the way, for the people that are watching tonight that didn't know it, while Doc was down in Alabama, he had a birthday, and we want to wish Doc happy birthday.
65 years old, made it to the retirement age.
That's awesome, man. So proud of you.
Guy wants to know what Roger thinks a 2-day at your tournament is going to be the weight.
What Roger thinks the weight will be on a 2-day weigh-in at the lake on our tournament. What do you think, Roger?
For your
The
tournament.
total or per day, because you're going to have 2 overs and 3 unders. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. No, it's going to be around it could be around 200 pounds. I know a lot of guys that's fishing it that do very well down there. And if the bite is right, it wouldn't surprise me if they brought in, 80 to 100 pounds.
Right.
Per day?
Per day. It just depends on the bite. The fish are there. You just
Oh, yeah. The thing is, like I say, getting your overs. If you getting the unders is not going to be a problem. It might not be the unders that you want, but you'll be able to get those. And if you get 2 good overs each day, you should be in pretty good shape.
You'd be tough to beat. You could be, yeah.
I'm thinking the total weigh-in for the 2 days will be somewhere in the 175 to 200 pound range. It's very possible we could go over that if somebody sneaks in there. The biggest fish that I'm aware of that's been caught out of the lake, and I'm no expert on the lake, but the biggest one I know of is an 86.
Yeah.
So they are there.
Yes, definitely.
So, but
and you will catch a lot of fish. I mean, a total weight of your fish will be quite a bit. I mean, the slot limit, you will have fun catching fish down there.
That's right. That's right. And now I want to, before I let Doc have you again, because if I don't ask you, I'll forget it. I honestly believe that if people would quit their whining about that slot limit, in 10 years, there's going to be a magnitude of difference between the fish quality that we have now and then. But they've got to stand on these guys that don't even know that there is a slot limit and start writing them tickets and get it out there for them to understand that they can't have those slots.
Yeah. Because those 15-pound fish are going to grow up.
Yep. That's exactly right. Okay, Doc.
Now, and because I've never been there, do these fish have a tendency of laying in the flats, or do they, ledges, channel lines? What do they do?
At different times in the year, they're just like any lake fish. If you fish any kind of lakes, it's kind of the same. The only thing is that you got docks everywhere. There's docks everywhere, but there's flats and there's ledges. You just got to find those flats, and they will go up on the flats and feed. Ledges work really well. I mean, if you can find a good ledge with some structure in it, that's where your fish is going to be.
Okay.
But the Lake of the Ozark, you have everything. You got the deep water and you got shallow, and you got the big lake area, or you can run up the river, 20, 30 miles up the river and catch fish just like a small river.
Everybody I talk to, everybody says run 20 and 30 miles. What's the mile marker? Is there river mile markers or?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think where it's coming out of PB2, I think it's around 20 or something like that. So
yeah,
marker, and that's from the dam.
Okay. I'm just seeing here. I'm taking a tell slot limit. Okay. Dave Swearing wants to know. Tell everyone the slot limit. Explain it. I know, but others may not know.
Fish between 26 inches and 34 inches. You cannot keep. You can only, like, your unders will have to be under 26 inches, and the overs will have to be over 34 inches.
And that's the key words to the slot limit is it can't be on the line. It has to be under and over, not on the line.
Correct.
So when you're bringing your fish into scale, and we will have the measuring device set there, if you are on the 26 line, that is not an under. If it's on the line, it has to be under that line. When you get to 34, it can't be on the line. It has to be over the line.
Yeah.
And not only is that a tournament rule, that is a state law. So that's why we set the rules up following state guidelines to keep us out of trouble as well as everyone else.
Now, with an estimated guess, what is a 26-inch fish pound wise?
If they're feeding good, an 8-pounder, 8 or less.
What about above 34?
It depends on what part of the river you come from, you catch it at. I've seen them from 18 to 22.
Oh, okay. I know down on Wheeler, Lynn caught an 18-pound blue cat that was stretched out to 34. I mean, he hit the scales and he was 35 inches.
Yes. Yeah.
So, And depending on, we've seen them on the Mississippi River where they're even longer.
Yep.
Yep, that's correct.
I wish we had the growing season length in Missouri that they have at Wheeler Lake.
Yeah, that's for sure.
As many fish as in the lake, if we had the growing season that they have on Wheeler, oh my God, it'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, we'd have the fish like.
Yeah, we got plenty of fish and fairly good genetics. We just don't have the growing season. And if it ever, like I say, give us 10 years and we're never going to have the size fish that are on Wheeler. But unless something drastically changes, we got a lot of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, another question. I saw somebody in. I don't know why I'm excellent so bad. Does that include the flatheads?
It's 2 over 34. Doesn't matter what kind it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because there's people that are asking about it.
Well, the reason for that is we want to show the Missouri Department of Conservation, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky that we're serious about regulations on our water. And the only way that you can do that is lead by example. And I know some people don't like that. But if you want regulations, you have to prove that you really do want them. And this is the way you do it. So
Okay.
that's the reason it's like that.
Okay. I'm just double checking and make sure we didn't miss any questions here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Still got the echo? Yeah, a little bit.
Not terrible. There's a lot of tournaments coming up, Roger.
Yeah, there are a lot of good tournaments.
Yes, there are.
There's getting to be more and more bigger tournaments out there that are fun to fish. I currently are fishing between about 15 to 20 tournaments a year, what I've been averaging the last couple of years. I think I'm on the schedule right now to almost hit 20 this year. So I enjoy it. My kids are out of the house now, and I got a good wife that allows me to spend a lot of my weekends during the summer traveling. So I enjoy it.
Good deal.
So how many tournaments do you fish a year with your brother?
It varies. Well, now since he's got his wife that loves to fish, it's probably going to be less. Rebecca enjoys fishing quite a bit. So, but me and Marty get out as much as we can, and when she can't make it, we try to fish together, and we have a good time.
I have to tell you, I was visiting with Marty here a while back, and I really wasn't sure which one of you two was the oldest, but according to him, it's not just by a little bit. Your magnitude's older than he is.
Yeah. He's I'm 10 years older than Marty. So yeah.
Well, he would lead you to believe it's more like 20, but I knew it couldn't be that much.
No, it's not that much. He's got hair.
I might have stretched that a little bit.
Hey, guess what time it is? Give me a number from 1 to 5. We're going to give something away in the chat.
4.
4 it is. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the winner is Yakking with Sarah.
Yakking with Sarah.
Sarah, get with Doc after the show. Send me your name and address. I have a prize package from Offshore Tackle for you. And thanks for being in the chat.
Sarah had Luke Hinges on her show last night. I got to see a little bit of that. I didn't get to watch it all yet, but I will get back to watching it. And I'm sure that is quite interesting, as Luke is quite the hoot. Now, don't forget, folks, when you're hitting the likes and subscribe buttons and all that, if we reach 150 likes tonight, we will spin the prize wheel an extra time. She had also had Dieter on last week, if I remember correctly.
Dave Swearing says that everybody pre-fishing Lake Ozarks to bring their crappie rods too. It's a great crappie fisher.
Yeah, crappie are biting real good right now. The reports that I'm getting.
Have you been up there recently?
I haven't been able to fish crappie up there recently. No.
Okay. There's a bunch of guys fishing crappie, but today finally is the last day of snagging season.
Finally.
I am so happy about that.
Yeah.
I know them guys really dearly love to do that, but I'm telling you, there is just thousands of people up there doing it. You got to. It's worse than the big boats because you got to weave through them just to go to where you're going to go fish.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable how many people's been on that lake the last month snagging them spoonbill. Oh, and that's right. You got to park out in the boonies because the parking lots are full of trucks and boat trailers. It's nearly impossible to find a place to park when you go up there.
Yeah, it is. And the spoonbill season's over, but now the crappie season's really kicking in. So, there's going to be a lot more crappie fishermen out there too.
How long are they on nest, Roger? Or how long is the crappie hot?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of crappie fishing. So.
Okay. I don't do a lot of it either, but I'm guessing 2 or 3 weeks. But they've been on them. They've been staging up for 3 or 4 weeks to go in on beds because we've found them up there just in droves. And every time we find them, the boats are just right on top of them. So everybody knows that they're getting ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Now, when do the blues start their spawn on Lake of the Ozark?
I'm going to say early June. Around
Really?
June. I just depends on the water temperature. The water temperature is a big key. And then this year it's been slow to warm up. The blues went on
everywhere.
Huh?
It's slow to warm up everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I normally on the flats and stuff really catch the blues early this year. And it just like the bigger blues did not come up on the flats early. They seemed like they staged out in a little deeper water. And just because the water wasn't warming up.
Thank you, Whisker Sticks. We appreciate it so much.
Old Dave Swearing just said, "What's countdown until Catfish National Championship?" I don't have my phone. I gotta go get my phone.
He usually has got it pretty much dialed in, Dave. So don't worry, he'll be back with that here just sure. Where's your next tournament once our event's done, Roger?
That's a good question. Me and Marty were talking about we may go fish Cabela's there in Mount Vernon.
That'd be a good tournament. Now, you and Marty are in the points chase, and you've only fished, 3 to their tournaments this year?
Yes. Yeah.
So if they take the top 5, your best 5 finishes, and you continue going on, you're really going to make it tight if you have 2 more good finishes.
Yeah. We'll have to finish pretty good. It's going to take 5 good finishes. We struggled in our home waters at the Lake of the Ozarks this year. And it's a lot of fun. We enjoy fishing different areas. I fished last year with John Jameson down there in Mount Vernon, and it's a good place to fish. I enjoy it.
Yep, good times. Well, now, just so you know, the 21st of this month, we're going to have Josh Brown and Trevor Niederhoff on the show too. And they just about led it the whole time. I don't think they're leading it now, but they've been leading for several weeks in the Cabela's points race.
Yeah, they've had a real good start.
Yes, they have.
Really well.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate it a lot.
Okay, Dave Swearing. National tournament, 11 days, 9 hours, 22 minutes, and 19 seconds. Caught me off guard.
Doesn't happen very often, but we got
No,
you this time. Dave did.
Someone wants to know if there's any word on the 2019 Catfish Conference. Dieter Melhorn wants to know.
Dieter, I have not heard anything yet about the 2019 Catfish Conference. I'm sure I've seen them make some posts here recently, but I have not heard as far as dates and locations or anything like that. I fully
haven't seen anything.
Some of that pretty quick because they have to be planning. As big a deal as that is, they got to plan that way ahead of time.
In fact, I don't think I've seen any of the seminars online.
I haven't seen it yet, no. And since I haven't seen any of them, I'm kind of anxious about that. I really am.
Bradley Young, that's the start of the Saturday morning tournament.
All right. Well, Roger, we sure appreciate you coming on the show with us tonight and sharing a bunch of good information. I know you got a bunch of sponsors and stuff you'd probably like to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, I do. I do have a bunch of sponsors, and I appreciate everything they do for me, and I try to, help them any way I can. I know Lawrence, I've been a part of them for the last 3 years, and they've been really good. I actually did a photo shoot, or it's like a video on their new product that came out this year. It was the Hook 2. And it, Lawrence, our fish finders or depth finders are very important for us because I wouldn't win as much as I do without it. I mean, that's one thing you have to do is rely on your electronics, believe what you're, what you're seeing, and what they're doing nowadays is just unbelievable with the new, the carbons that's coming out and all the new technology. It's pretty amazing for what they have. And I spent a couple days over last summer when we introduced the Hook 2 and doing a video for them, and it was a lot of fun on that part. I also do Crestliner. I'm part of their family. They come out with a lot of boats. I did a photo shoot for them last summer too at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I'm scheduled next month to do another photo shoot with them on some new boats that we got coming out. So it's going to be fun on that. Another one is Boat US. A lot of people don't know about Boat US. It's if you get in trouble out on the lake or anything like that, and there's actually Lake the Ozarks has, I think, 4 boat tows down there. So if anybody gets in trouble, and you can join that. It's pretty cheap actually. So if you get in trouble out in the water, they can actually tow you, bring you gas. There's a number of things that they can do to help out on that. Just everything that I use or I believe in is I'm pro staff with on some part, and I try to do my part on each one of them to get the word out for them to help promote them. This last year I got on with Cordova Coolers, which Scott Campbell Jr. from the Sea Ark, Deadliest Catch. I got to visit with him for a while, and he is a very interesting person. He's a great guy. They got an awesome cooler that's the best I've seen. And you know how we are with our baits. And for food and stuff, you want to keep them as fresh as you can. The Cordova cooler, I can put my skipjack in there and ice it down good, let it drain. And you won't believe it, three days later, I mean, it is just like it's bloody and fresh as I caught it the first day on those. I mean, I do have a lot of sponsors, and I do appreciate it. Cat River Anchors, down there had me try out some new anchors, and I can say whenever he sent me that first anchor, I've been going through those little lead anchors like they were on fire on the Missouri River. I mean, I kept losing one, getting hung up and can't get it out. And I actually could say I still have the first anchor that Keith got me for Cat River Anchors. And unbelievable. It's actually changed. You know, it saved me a lot of money just buying one anchor through them than buying some over the years. A bunch of those. Marty and Bob Howard are coming out with some skipjack jigs. And I think he does all kinds of crappie and bass and stuff like that. So I had to try those out, and we fished with those, and he came out with some new ones, and I fished them down in Alabama this year, and it helped me a lot because skipjack was kind of tough, and when I start using these jigs, it didn't take us too long to fill up the cooler of what we needed for the tournament. I do get hooks and stuff through Rip and Lips. I believe that they got an awesome double action hooks that I use through Rip and Lips, and they got some new rods and stuff they come out with that work really well for us on the lake, especially. I got White's Marine that I use through my boat company. I use them. They're great guys down there. They also help me out a lot with oil changes and anything I needed. If I put any updates on my boat, they're willing to help me out through them. So a shout out to them also. And that should pretty much wrap it up on that part of it for my sponsors.
Awesome, man. Awesome. A bunch of good companies there. Good stuff. Well, like I say, Roger, we appreciate you coming on the show with us. I know it's Monday night, and you just got back like Doc did from Wheeler. And thank you so much for joining us on the show. It makes it good for the people that's coming over to fish the lake to visit with somebody that has some experience on it. That way they can kind of pick your brain a little bit. And you've been very gracious to help us out with that.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I guess you're going to have to prove to Marty that you're going to have your way with him out at that tournament. I'm anxious to see how you guys finish out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, Marty's good down there too. We fish a lot together, so it's going to be interesting. It'll be a lot of fun. You
guys aren't going to fight over the same spots, are you?
No.
I didn't think so.
Not at all. It depends, you know. Anymore, I don't have spots with the new electronics and stuff. I fish the fish that I find. You know what I mean? I go out maybe a day or a few days earlier and do some graphing and finding the fish. But the lake changes so much if they're running water or, you know, or the wind's blowing a certain direction, it's where the fish are. You know, just by blowing in the opposite direction of where you normally want to fish, it blows that bait that way. So them fish are going to move. So anymore, I try to fish the fish that I find and not just a spot, you know.
That's some great advice right there. Great advice. Well, Roger, thank you so much. We'll be looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
See you, Roger. Thanks a lot, man.
All right. Bradley Young will be coming along in just a second, Doc. And before he does, or while we're waiting on him, I wanted to mention that tonight at 7:30, Catfish Clothing done a live Facebook show. And if you go back, you can watch that. He had a guy, Trey Thorpe, was on the show with him. I believe that's who it was. And they're going to be giving away $100 worth of catfish gear. So if you go back and watch that, you can find out all the specific, but whoever likes, shares, and comments on the original video with the closest weight without going over will win a guided trip on the James River and $100 worth of catfish gear. So you might want to go back and take a look at that. See what you got to do to get in there. Pretty cool deal. Yeah.
Hey, before we get Bradley going here, I got to share this story with you.
Okay.
When we got down to Decatur, the morning of the tournament, we launched the boat. And I don't know, there was probably 100 boats already out there on the docks. None of them were parallel. Everybody was nosed into the dock. So they were stacked all the way down through there. And these docks are football length long. And so launched my boat, and I'm, going down, I'm idling down through there. I'm kind of looking for a hole, and I seen a guy that I knew had met at the luncheon, and he hollered at me. He goes, "Hey," I said, "is there enough room for me to get in there?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." He said, "Come on in here." The boat that was right beside him was from Missouri. It was a camouflage CR. So they kind of untied, and I inched my boat in there. As soon as I pulled in, on the back of our boat is a decal that says Team Lange, Lenge. That's my last name, but most people don't spell it with an E, so it's really unusual to find somebody. The guy from the Missouri boat looks at me and he goes, "Where's your kin from?" And I looked at him and I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, I said, I'm from Ohio and Washington. He said, "You got anybody from Missouri?" I said, "No." I said, "Why is that?" And he goes, "Because my name is Lang also." Just a big coincidence there. So
Small world, isn't it?
yeah, and just a hole that I picked, and here's another one right beside me. So
That's pretty cool. Hey,
really nice guy.
Before we start doing the interview with Bradley, and since Bradley is in here, how about Brad picks us up a number and we spin the RigRap prize wheel?
Oh man, you're putting it on me already, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yes, we are.
Let's go with number 2.
2. 1. 2. And the winner is Chris Macri. Macri? I hope that's right. Chris Macri.
Ready?
Yep. I want to spin it.
You ain't spinning it. That's my wheel.
Oh.
Ooh.
Chris Macri, if you will contact Hooker's Terminal Tackle and tell them you won, which ones are a package of Reaper hooks. James Arwood will hook you up, and James is a great sponsor with some great products. We're so happy to have him part of Catfish Weekly, and he will send them to you. Just send him a message and tell him you want a prize pack on Catfish Weekly. Bradley Young, welcome to Catfish Weekly.
Hey, Lyle, thanks for having me. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Doc.
Hey.
We talked this afternoon a little bit, and we're going to tell everybody about your big tournament you got coming up at Glasgow at Stump Island.
Yes, sir. Memorial Day weekend. That's Saturday, the 26th, May 26th. It's going to be the first, hopefully annual, but first one, benefit tournament. It's for the United States Honor Flag. Most people I fish with know what I do for a living. I'm a sheriff's deputy. I'm a sergeant with the local sheriff's department here. And I also got in with United States Honor Flag, or the Honor Network, be about 2 years ago now. When I first started, I had no clue who they were, what they did, until I started following them on Facebook. They actually go from funeral to funeral, from service to service, for fallen police officers, fallen EMS, fallen firefighters, anybody that's a first responder that's been killed in the line of duty. And they strictly work on donation base. It's a non-for-profit organization. Everything that they get, everything that they use is strictly from donations. Last year alone, they went to 55 heroes' funerals.
Wow.
That's a pretty sad number.
Yes, it is.
They only go when asked. They don't put themselves in anything that they don't need to be, or that they're not asked to go. And what they provide is they help provide funeral services. They help provide planning for the funerals. They help provide the honor guard system, the flag that is draped over the casket and given to the family. It's a great company, or organization, I should say, not company. I first started talking with them. They are a sponsor of mine, but when I say sponsor, I kind of use that loosely. I don't ask anything from them. I literally want to get their name out. That's all I want. I want to get their name out and get donations for them. That's strictly all I want to do. Are you guys able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know what that orange thing is you're flashing around.
Oh, it's a pin. Okay, I'm leaving it alone. I'm a little nervous. Sorry, guys. I can talk in front of people all day long when I'm working, but you put me over here and I get nervous.
Nothing to get nervous about. You're doing great.
The tournament, like I said, it's a benefit tournament. Pre-entry is now open. It's open till May 20th. At May 20th on noon, I'm going to close it down. So right now it's $120 for the boat entry plus an optional $20 for big fish. After pre-entry, I'm opening it back up. I'll be at the. Oh, did I lose you?
No.
Okay. I'll be opening it back up on the 25th at the boat ramp, and then the morning of the 26th of the tournament, I'll be at the boat ramp from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. On the 25th, and then I'll be there about 4:30 to 5. I can't say exact time on the morning of the tournament, and it'll be $130 there, and plus the $20 optional big fish as well. It is going to be 40% donated to the benefit, and then the rest of that is 100% payout. Big fish is 100%. Entry fee is 40 and 60, 100%. But we're not taking a dime out of it. This is strictly for the organization and strictly for the fishermen.
Awesome, man. There's a lot of really good causes, reasons for people to have catfish tournaments. This one ranks up there with my feelings about the Fishing for Freedom tournament. That kind of stuff is so important to people that are forgotten about or don't understand about. And guys like you stepping up for these programs is really outstanding, because somebody's got to support this, and there's got to have funding to pay these bills somehow.
Sorry, I don't mean to be laughing when you're talking. I'm reading Dieter's comment there.
We love old Dieter, man. We really do. But I was going to mention that. I was just trying to get past it first.
Drop the pen and come with your hands up.
That's pretty good. We have some really good sponsors on board. Whisker Sticks, Matthew Miles with Catfish Clothing, Fish Bite, rod holders. I got a list here. If you give me another 2 hours, I'll go through them all. But, we have Tombstone Tackle out of Columbia, Missouri. Catch Me If You Can Bait and Tackle out of New Franklin, Missouri. Stallman Bait and Tackle out of Glasgow. Let's see here. Wyatt's Bait and Tackle out of Rennick or Moberly, Missouri, depends on how you want to call it. Muddy Mo Pizzeria out of Glasgow. The River Bend Restaurant out of Glasgow. River Rats Reel Repair. They are giving away an awesome reel package to first place, big fish. It's for cleaning the reels. Camel Lures with Bob Howard and Marty Gerloff. They're giving away some skipjack lures, custom-made skipjack lures. Battery Outfitters out of Columbia, Missouri. They're giving away a free 24 battery. All we got to do is just give it out. I got a gift certificate for it. Once you take it, it's done. Let's see. Hooker's Terminal Tackle, James Arwood. I swear he gives away to every tournament he can possibly give. I've never seen a company like that.
James is a special kind of guy, and we're so proud to have him in the sport of catfishing.
Yes, he is. He's also a sponsor of mine. Grateful that he picked me up. It'll be almost 2 years ago now. I don't know why, because I can't catch fish, but at least got hooks to try. Bass Pro out of Columbia, Missouri. They got a good package here, and I'll talk a little bit more on that. Whisker Sticks. Oh, I said that already. Catfish Clothing and Fish Bite Rod Holders. I'm missing a few. Whisker Seeker Tackle. Let's see. I'll go over it here in a little bit, and then we've got quite a few giveaways or just kind of goodies from the Honor Network, the United States Honor Flag. I've got stickers that I'm going to give away to every boater, or every angler, I should say, in the tournament. And then
nice.
I've got some hats to give away, a few patches, little things like that.
Good deal.
I just
Yeah,
missed something I'm searching back for. I'm not real good with this.
About Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw that. Chris Macri, who just won on the wheel, is a retired New York Fire Department, NYFD 911 first responder.
That's
Wow.
outstanding.
Thank you for your service, Chris.
I am so glad that a guy like that happens to be a winner on our show, aren't you, Doc?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, Bradley.
Thank you, Cindy. Like I said, I was talking about like Bass Pro. I've got a no weight drawing from Bass Pro. I've got a waterproof. Here, I'll grab a few things here. A waterproof boat bag.
Who don't need that?
Velcro's tight.
It looks like they're handy.
Also comes with a CatMax 7'6" rod. Comes with the CatMax reel, a Bass Pro hat, and a Bass Pro hot weather shirt. You know, keep the sun off your arms and stuff during the day in the summer.
Very nice.
I've also got with that. This is from the Honor Network, a thin blue line flag, and then an "In God We Trust" sticker. One other one I forgot to mention earlier. I've got a custom rod that is being made from James Burke. When I first started putting this tournament out, he contacted me and said, I would like to do something. I would like to put something out there. I was kind of taken back. I didn't know what to say. I've seen pictures. I've seen videos and pictures. If you go to my Facebook page, Thin Blue Line Fishing, you'll see a video of it. It is a absolutely awesome rod. It's a 7'6" heavy rod, casting rod. It is a red, white, and blue theme, and then it has the Honor Network symbol on there. And I mean, it's one of a kind. You'll never see another rod like it. And he, from what I've seen, like I said, I haven't seen it in person. He has done one heck of a job.
Awesome.
I've seen some of his work, and believe it or not, I actually have a pretty good idea of what those are supposed to be like. And some of James's work is very nice.
I haven't seen it in person, any of his work in person yet. I'm anxious to see this rod, and I'm anxious to give it to somebody well-deserving for it. Don't know how I'm quite going to do the giveaway for it yet. I may just end up drawing a boat number and let the two anglers fight over it.
We are so thankful for guys like him that helps us out with stuff like this. It's really difficult for a small guy in the business to do that stuff, and I know that we all appreciate it, and so will whoever the winner of that is.
Yes. Also, we have $2,500 guaranteed first place.
Nice.
Donated money from several companies around, and some anglers. They got behind it and said, we want to donate. And I'm forever grateful for everybody that's donated. Since I started this, it's been an extremely humbling experience. I've met and talked to a lot of good people, and I still don't know how to be able to say thank you. All I can do is say thank you, and I don't know what else to say.
Well, that's all you can do, and you got some great sponsors and some people that's really put up some good stuff for you to give away, and that is outstanding. The tournament's for all the right reason. That makes it even better yet. Bradley, tell everybody where your tournament's going to be held at.
It's going to be in Glasgow, Missouri at Stump Island. The tournament's going to be from 7 a.m. takeoff till 5 p.m. that night. It's going to be 3-man teams, or you can have 3-man teams plus kids along. I don't care how many kids are in the boat. As long as they're under 16 years old, I want it to be family friendly.
Absolutely.
I don't care. It will be, oh gosh, I don't know what to talk about here. 5 fish weigh-in, no slot limits on the Missouri River. That's channel cat, flathead, or blues, and that area is known for big blues.
Yes, it is.
2 years ago, I think it was. It might be in 3 now. On one of the GLASGOW tournaments, a 100-pounder was brought in. I know several 90s and 80s and been caught in that area. It will be a busy day. That area is known for a lot of boat traffic and stuff on Memorial Day weekend. There's a lot of people who like to go out and fish on Memorial Day weekend. It will be a good day.
Yep.
We have full support from the city of Glasgow, full support from the Park Board of Glasgow. Anything we need. I'm trying to get, there's a local company there that has wireless internet throughout the county area and stuff. I'm trying to get internet access so we can live stream, take off, and weigh in. Still in the talks with them. I got to go talk with them a little more. It's tough. If you guys have AT&T service, don't expect any service until you get either 10 miles up or 10 miles down. It's rough. Verizon and US Cellular, you'll have a little bit. I'm not sure about any of the other services. The web page, guys, I'm just reading some of these comments here. My page is Thin Blue Line Fishing, or you can go to the Honor Network or the United States Honor Flag. If you want to donate directly to the tournament, go to Thin Blue Line Fishing. I do have a post in there, and I will repost it after this, of my PayPal. And you tell me how you want it to go. If you want it to go towards the tournament, if you want it to go directly towards the benefit, you tell me. Like I said, pre-registration is also going to be through that PayPal. I'm also, tonight I'm giving away boat number 6 spot. And I've given a list of names to Lyle. I'm going to keep it open for, what do you say, another 15 minutes, Lyle?
Probably 5 or 10, because we got to get to going on the end close up stuff, but I have it loaded up now.
Okay. Let's go 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes.
James, you guys go James Smith says that where can we go to help your cause? So you might want to go over that again.
Okay, James. If you'll go to Thin Blue Line Fishing, it's on Facebook. You'll see a PayPal address at the very top. It should be with the tournament information. You can go straight to there and donate from there. Just tell me what it's for so I know. Okay, if you want it to go towards the tournament, tell me. If you want it to go towards the benefit, towards the cause, tell me. I need to make sure that I put it in the right place where you want it to go.
That's outstanding. Bradley, while we're waiting to see if anybody else signs up, Doc, what do you say we spin a RigRap prize wheel again?
Okay, let's do it.
You know, I happen to know a guy that's all loaded up and ready to go.
Do I got to pick another number?
Would you mind?
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Okay, I'll make it easy on you this time. 1.
That's about as easy as it gets, my friend. And the winner is Jarmin Turner, Jarmin Turner. And we'll just see what he wins. I have to tighten that back up, Doc. She just spinning the wheels off of it again.
Cindy, you been working out?
Yeah, no, I should be.
Offshore tackle, 2 times tonight. Jarmin, if you will send me your shipping information after the show tonight, we will get your prize picked out, sent out tomorrow. You send me your shipping address and we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly, and thank you for playing a RigRap prize wheel game. But I want to talk about it here in a minute, and I don't know the name of it just yet. Okay, with a couple more minutes and we'll get on. We'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and
here. I can do one in the chat. Give me another number, Bradley.
Let's go 5.
Whoa. Okay. 5.
I'm going from one end to the other.
There we go. 2, 3.
Okay.
4, And 5. And the winner is Ed Romero. Ed Romero. Romero. Get with Doc after the show. Send me your name and address. You have won an offshore tackle hat.
I'm sitting here looking at Ed's name on the chat as it flies by tonight. So, congratulations, Ed. That's awesome. Okay, Brad, you got any new guys?
We got one more, Brad Hill.
All right, let me enter that in here. All right. And we're loaded up whenever you're ready.
Doc, I'll let you pick the number on this one.
Number 4.
Two. 3. Come on, mouse. And 4. And the winner is Lance Big Bear Cahill.
Lance. Okay. I haven't seen him in a few years at any tournaments.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
A free entry into that tournament. Doc, we should have both signed up for that.
Lance, if you'll get with me on Facebook so I can know your partner name and everything, I'll get you listed out there. I also have one more giveaway. I got a hat just like mine and a couple stickers to give away. If we can pick another one, let's do in chat. Let's go with number 2, if you can do that.
Okay, in chat. 1, 2, and the winner is PD Fishing. PD Fishing, get with Bradley.
Message me on Facebook, either my personal or the Thin Blue Line Fishing, and I will get with you and get it sent out to you.
I said Gator. All right.
Guys, I don't know how to say I appreciate you guys letting me come on here. Following Roger, that's a heck of a person to follow right there. Just being on here, being able to speak about this. This is something very dear and near to me, and you guys allowing me to come on here and just hopefully get it out. And hopefully they don't have to. Last year at the end of the year, they were struggling to get donations, struggling to go to the last few funerals. I've personally been to one here in Missouri just recently that they went to. It's like I said, it's a humbling experience all the way around, from being there to just seeing the support to knowing why you're there. It's rough.
I'm sure that it is. Brad, you know, we want to do everything we can to help the police and the fire department, our military personnel. And I know you go out of your way and you do a lot. It's very dear to you, and for everything that you do, we all appreciate that. You being on Catfish Weekly is just a small way of doing something to give back a little bit. We try to support all the people we have like that, and if there's ever anything that you're doing like that we can help you with, feel free just to contact us, and we'll make it happen if it's at all possible.
Thank you. I just saw PD Fishing does not have Facebook. PD, I'll give you my phone number. You can text me or call me. 573-814-9887. Don't send me any pictures, guys. Call me, text me, whatever you need, and we'll get that to you. And one other thing, hey, Doc.
Yeah.
I've got some pure leaf for you for the Lake of the Ozarks.
All right. All right. Cool.
I got stuff
thank
yesterday for the trip, and that's what I drink. I drink that water or soda out on the lake, and I'm trying to stay away from the soda. So
I got to tell you, my buddy Luke Hinges is corrupting you guys.
Oh, I know, man. I just finished a bottle, and every Monday night I've got one on the show.
You can't go wrong with some pure leaf or some sweet tea.
That keeps the big guy going.
I understand completely. I understand completely.
PD just asked what that was again. PD, I just put it down in the comments, so you have my number. Probably should have done that the first way instead of it being out there on YouTube forever.
You'll be able to find it that way a little easier. I'm quite sure there's been a lot of people in chat.
Joe Workhart, let the prank calls begin.
I'm waiting as soon as it's over.
Well, I would hope not. And one thing you guys need to bear in mind now, Bradley is a police officer.
Yeah.
May have a way to find out who you are.
All right, he's got it.
I'll find it.
Good deal.
No, but again, like I said, thank you guys. I've said about 1,000 times. I'm kind of at a loss here. I did a live video 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and somebody counted up 65 giveaways. Now, I'm probably not going to call every giveaway by a boat number when we're there. We'll probably string some of them together, unless we want to be there till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But I'm going to figure something out. It depends on how many boats we have. Depends on how the payout's going to be. I may end up doing some prize packages on some lower boat numbers as far as, the top for the giveaways and stuff, but kind of play it by ear until we see what happens.
Awesome.
My first time doing one, so I'm learning here.
It's outstanding for everything that you're doing, Bradley. We all appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck with that tournament.
I appreciate it. Thank you again for letting me be on here.
And you'll be at the tournament next week?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm looking forward to meeting
at the MWR, the military lodging.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be staying there, but get with me and we'll have a pure leaf or something to drink together.
All right, sounds good.
Thinking it might not be pure leaf, but what do I know? All right, Brad. Thanks so much, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brad. I'll see you next week, bud.
All right.
Doc, while this kind of stuff is fresh on our mind, Dave has sent us the message that 5/19 of 18 at 7 p.m. To 5/20/18 at 8 p.m. at Waverly, Missouri. Go to Riding for Veterans webpage and hit the Catfish Tournament tab for all the info. That's ridingforourveterans.com/catfish-tournament. Riding for Veterans Catfish Tournament. So if there's any questions, you might be able to PM or message Dave, and he can hook you up with that. We want to help these guys that support our veterans. It's so important to all of us to take care of these folks.
Yep.
And if I didn't do that, Doc, I was surely going to forget. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to go over. I'm pretty sure you might have results for the Wheeler tournament.
Yes, I do. First place. Let's see. CR results, 179 boats. That's a new record for them. First place, John and Corey Rath, 185.58 pounds. They also had a big fish of the tournament, which was a monster 93.22 pound blue. Second, nice. Jesse Linscott and Justin Deal, 160.27. Third, Justin Neese and Brent Riddle, 149.68. Fourth, Gary Taylor, Vicky, and Jason Mathena, 142.33. And fifth, Jerry and Noah Ishcomer and Sam Wallace, 134.52. Second big fish was an 84.01, and he actually looked bigger than the 93. His head was massive. Interesting fact, top 20 teams. They paid 20 places. 20th place had 102.12 pounds. So if you didn't have 102 pounds, you were out of the money. So SWOCC results, 19 boats. This was out of Aberdeen, Ohio on April 28th. First place, Shannon Dotson, Shannon's dad, and John Baker, 55 pounds. Second, Daniel Bell, Daniel's dad, 50 pounds. They had Big Fish, 37.8. And third was Willie and Stacy Smith with 34 pounds. And that's all I got, Lyle.
Willie and Stacy, always in the money. And the results from the Central Texas Catfish Trail Tournament on Lake Granger. 25 boats fished it. First place went to Greg Calloway and James Harrington with 36.79 pounds. They also had Big Fish of 14.87. That was a blue cat. Second place was Justin Dillard, Mark Dillard, and Ross Griggs with 23.55 pounds. And third place was Jerry and John Dillard with 23.29 pounds. The next tournament is on Lake Buchanan, May 19th in Tow, Texas. And that ends that one. Now, All-American Catfish. First place, Marty Dara. If I am correct from what I've been told, Marty fished this tournament by himself. He had big fish, 74 pounds, total of 5 fish for a total weight of 130.4 pounds. First place in big fish. Congratulations, big guy. That's a heck of a deal. Second place was Dave Swearingen and Rob Gregg. Third place was Bradley Young and Ben Cordy. Fourth place was Justin Thornton and Dwayne Buckridge. And fifth place was Josh Butterfield and Clifford Butterfield. And that takes care of the top 5. Said it was tough. The weather was great, but the fishing was terrible. They thought it might have something to do with the full moon on the way. I don't know about that. I'm a firm believer in when they're ready to eat, they're going to eat regardless.
Yeah, that full moon was bright over the weekend.
It was. It really was. I have another announcement here. Some people sent me some stuff, and this is another one of the great causes that we talk about, Doc. The Fallen Outdoors North Carolina Annual Banquet will be Saturday, June 2nd, 2018 at the North Carolina State Fairgrounds Expo Center. Doors will open at 5 p.m., dinner ceremony at 6:30. You can contact Michael Osborne for questions. The number is 828-748-6606. Single tickets are $50 and couple is $75. They have an early bird raffle and a bunch of stuff, and this takes care of it's a nationwide nonprofit organization. It was founded by Eric Balkin of Washington, and this is for Fallen Outdoors is a living the dreams because they gave up theirs. It's a great organization, and if anybody is in the area or plans to attend, please contact them and get set up to be at that. You remember here a while back, Doc, we had a gentleman on our show. His name was Brock, and he had the Adventures of Backwoods Brock.
Yeah, he sent us our stickers.
He sent us our stickers. These gentlemen, if I remember correctly, they told me there was 4 people in that group that self-funds this organization, and they help children that need assistance. It keeps them interested in archery and fishing and hunting and all the outdoor stuff that they want to do, and they do a lot of other things. And these four guys have been pretty much, or 4 families, however you want to word it, been pretty much footing the bill for everything that goes on with this group. They was supposed to have a tournament this year, big Cat Quest tournament up there, which Ken Freeman, since he passed away, is not going to be able to do that. And the city of Rock Falls is helping them put this tournament on. Since Ken can't be there, they're going to go ahead with it, and the city of Rock Falls is going to help them out. And this will be the 3rd year that they will be holding this fishing tournament in Rock Falls, and they are taking the reins and changing things up for the best event ever. The Rock River is in Illinois and is open tournament. Fishing Rockton Dam to Rock Island Dam, just a short of the Mississippi River. It'll be starting August 4th from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Must be in line by 4 p.m. We hope everyone can join them for 2 days of fun, family-friendly event. is a youth carp fishing tournament brought to you by Adventures of Backwood Brock's the A-Team and Bow Bait and Tackle. These are two of the guys that are putting all the effort forward to this. There's a couple more guys. Registration for the big Rock Falls Big Catfishing Tournament is $200 for a 2-angler team and $250 for a 3-angler team. You can contact Rock Falls Tourism, Adventures of Brock, and or Bows Bait and Tackle for more information on the youth and adult fishing tournament. So they're having several events up there over 2 days. The entry forms are available at rockfalls.com or Bows Bait and Tackle, and they hope everybody can go up there and attend that event in August. Now, don't forget to sign up for the Rubber Ducky Race on Saturday, and sign up for your 4-legged furry friend Happy Trails Humane Society Wellness Clinic and Doggy Pageant on Sunday. We talk about a lot of great causes, Doc. This is one of the really good ones. We're all proud of Bradley and all the stuff that Fishing for Freedom and many other organizations do for our veterans. But this is a standout group that helps the kids that need assistance, and keeping them interested in outdoor activities is far better than seeing them play video games and playing on phones all the time. So I commend these gentlemen for what they do. I think it's an outstanding event they're getting ready to have, and I hope they have a big turnout.
Yeah, sounded great.
Be a lot of fun, won't it?
Yep.
All right. Next week, Doc, if you remember back in March, I believe it was, we had Ted Ellensbecker on the show, and he done a great seminar talking about structure. And next week, Ted is going to be back.
And I'm going to have to bring in oxygen because, man, he doesn't take a breath. He just goes. He
is so knowledgeable. Ted puts on seminars all over the place. And next week, his seminar will be on flathead catfishing. So, yeah, absolutely. And you guys that want to hear some quality information from a guy that knows his stuff, be sure to tune in next Monday night and get on here. While you're thinking about it, don't forget to go to the new Catfish Weekly website. Sign up for the RigRap prize wheel on there. We'll be having a little video coming out in a day or two. And you can get all your information there. Like and share, comment on it. We appreciate the subscriptions and all the stuff you guys do for us. What do you got there?
I've got my fucking phone.
Lake Tawakoni Guide Service.
We got these.
Michael and Terry Littlejohn sent us these. Cindy actually won one of these gators on their contest they do on Tuesday nights for the Lake Tawakoni Guide Service. And
I just shared the
She shared the video. It's
won.
that simple to win, folks. She shared their video, and they pulled her name out of the hat, and they sent her a couple of them. Now, she don't know it yet, but she's given one of them up for me.
They sent one for you.
Oh, bless your heart.
But it's too hot to wear it tonight. So thank you, Terry and Michael.
That is pretty cool. They do a great job with their guide service down there. That kind of like Lockport Dam for me, Doc. At Lockport Dam, the giant channel cat is a bucket list place for me. Lake Tawakoni, I've been trying to get down there for the last 3 or 4 years for the Cabela's opener every year. I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to be going down there one of these days.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you got besides Doc's tip of the week?
No, just Doc's tip. And let me get the camera around here. Okay, so this tip is going to be, I'd say, for the maybe the new guys that, Lyle and I talk a lot about the RigRap and how awesome they are, and we both are using them. Before I used the RigRap, this is what I actually did. I don't know if you can see this, but I kind of, hopefully I don't dump it all out, but I've got everything, in here. And what would happen was a lot of times, I'd break off and then I'd get it out, and then I would accidentally hit that thing with my knee and then dump it, the mess all over the boat. And so, I'm picking stuff up. Well, with the RigRap, you've got to, my favorite is the orange case here. And originally what I did is after I got it and learned how to do it, you know, I started wrapping my hooks and the swivel in there, and that was fine and well. It worked out real good, but then I had to get my beads, and then I had to get my, if I wanted to run a rattler on there or even a small dragon weight, I'd have to go back in the bag, and you know, all this takes time. In a tournament, time is of the essence. You want to get that pole that's broke off, you want to get it back out there. So now what I do is on the orange box, I have everything in there. The hook is already tied up. You know, hopefully, and I'll just dump it out here. Okay, so the hook's already tied up. Here's my rattler. There's my sinker slide. Here's my beads. And the hook and swivel are already there. So in less than maybe a minute or two, I can have that rigged back up and ready to go. So RigRaps, these are definitely the way to go. And that's Doc's tip for the night.
Doc, that is such a great tip, and I am so glad that we're affiliated with such a great product. But while we're on that subject, you was talking about the orange being your favorite.
Yeah.
These lure lockers come in 3-compartment and 4-compartment. And since we've having such great success with the Demon Dragons, you can open these babies up and you can put your complete rig in there, Demon Dragon, and all will fit in there. And I absolutely love these things. Now, I still use the orange because they fit in a box, and I love my RigRap case really well. But for Demon Dragons, I have the dragon. I have it all right in each one of these compartments, and it's simple to go. So if you're using Demon Dragons, you can put them in the 3 or the 4-compartment lure lockers, and you're right. There's nothing like a RigRap, and everything else is just kind of last year.
Yep. So it'd be, and it's like you and I have talked, it sure does beat the bags.
I told them bags, they're a joke after using these. There's nothing compares to these. They're awesome.
Why no, we're talking.
Where do you get your swivels? Key Smart wants to know.
Big Dave.
Big Dave.
Bottom dweller tackle, yeah.
I got the last ones I got from the Mud Bump Supply Shack, and the ones I got before that are like that, I got from Warrior Cat Rods and Tackle. So there are several places around that's got them. They're all really close to the same price on them. They're all great products. Those swivels really, really work nicely.
Yeah, I like them real well.
I do too. They're outstanding. Outstanding. Dieter says lure lockers are the best. Well, Dieter, me and you's on the same page for a change.
Or your drift grid.
Yeah, that's right.
Hush up, Dieter.
That's right.
Go tie your ponytail up.
That's outstanding. We had a really great show tonight. We're going to have a good one next week, Doc. If you like what we're doing, like and subscribe, share our videos and our post on Facebook. We appreciate what every one of you joining us in on these shows. And as far as I'm concerned, that ends the show for tonight, Doc. So we'll be seeing everybody next Monday night right here on Catfish Weekly.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll get to Missouri before the show starts.
We'll be looking forward to that, to have you in the great state of Missouri.
So, all right, everybody. Thanks. We appreciate you hanging with us.